Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Federation Nation. This is Collectors Entertainment Network, and I am your host, Anthony. First, I want to just start off by saying, please subscribe, please like, please share, and I've also got a Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page for you to like, and also I've got a Federation Nation group that I would like you guys to join. If you love all the stuff on this show and on from the pages of WWF Magazine, please join the Federation Nation group. Search Federation Nation WWF. You'll find it a lot easier. And it's the picture of Mean Gene interviewing Hulk Hogan from Saturday night's main event, the second one. And he's got the flag and everything. It's when he won against Nikolai Volkov. I think that's the second one. So that's the image, and Federation Nation. And search Federation Nation WWF to find it. Alright, today we're going to start sort of a sub-series under the Federation Nation banner, and that was I Was There. And this is going to be where I go over the live WWF events I had been to, or house shows, or pay-per-views. I actually have been to one pay-per-view, and I've been to one Raw, and then, of course, just regular old house shows. And the first one that I have any physical evidence that I've been to is from 1988 at the Nassau Coliseum. It was the Bunkhouse Brawl with other matches. Here is the program with Matilda on the cover. And here is the match sheet, but it's really not a match sheet. It's just the participants of the Brawl. But let's look at it real quick. World Wrestling Federation, Sunday, January 3rd, 1988, Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Main event, the second annual Bunkhouse Brawl. Come to the ring dressed as you please. Once in the ring, do as you please. The participants, as you can see, spoiler alert, Bam Bam won. Bam Bam, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Billy Jack Haynes, Junkyard Dog, The Rock, Don Morocco, Ken Patera, Lanny Poffo, Sam Houston, Outback Jack, Jacques Rougeau, Raymond Rougeau, George the Animal Steel, The Ultimate Warrior, the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid, and Davey Boy Smith. One Man Gang, Mr. Fuji, he's X'd off, said get DDT'd the night before. Natural Butch Reed, Hercules, Demolition Axe and Smash, Outlaw Ron Bass, Dino Bravo, Dangerous Danny Davis, Sika, Ernie the Cat Lad, the Bolsheviks, Nikolai Volkov, and Boris Zukov, plus other great matches. And here is when it was on in our area. Saturdays at 10 a.m., Channel 5, it's a local Fox affiliate, Wrestling Challenge. And then at 11 a.m., you went over to Channel 9 for Wrestling Spotlight. And then, what's it say there? Looks like I crossed it out. Maybe I probably knew better than them. What time is that? Is it Saturdays? Oh, what did I write? Let me see what I wrote. I can't even see. I think it was 5 p.m. maybe. But here it says 6 p.m. was Superstars of Wrestling. Then, of course, the Lucha Libre on channels 47 on, I'm assuming, Monday, and I don't know when that is. But 11:30 p.m. those were on. So there is the sheet. Now, this is jogging my memory a little bit. I was under the impression that this was the first live event I had been to, January 3rd, 1988. I remember it. But I'm looking in here, and something made me think this wasn't the first event. And then as I started thinking of it and actually looking online, I think it wasn't. I think I went to an event a few months before this, also at the Nassau Coliseum. I think that's my first event, but I don't have the program from it. But when we dive in here, we'll see exactly why. But before we dive into looking at the magazine, the program, as it were, which, by the way, here's the program, Matilda. Here is the back. Not only do I have the program from that day, I also have a few other things from that day. The first thing is this Hulkamania hat. This was purchased that day, January 3rd, 1988, at the Nassau Coliseum. There you go. Look at that. a thing of beauty. Number 2 is, and these are really bad, but I took pictures with just a regular old, camera like we used to with film. And here you see Hillbilly Jim. And there you see, who is that? Hercules. It's definitely Hercules, and it might be... Oh, it says Hercules and Morocco. Those are Hercules' legs sticking up. I looked on the internet and I found the card, because this, like I showed you, that doesn't have the card. That just has the participants in the brawl. But some of the card is wrong, and I know it is because I have photographic evidence here. Because when I looked on the internet, I saw Butch Reed defeated Outback Jack. But here, I've got the pictures, and I've got what I wrote, and you can see, and right there, it says Reed versus Hillbilly Jim. And that's right there. That's Butch Reed pinning Hillbilly Jim. I mean, you can see that. That right there is the Bunkhouse Brawl. What else do I have? Oh, it's a decent shot of the Bulldogs versus the Bolsheviks. And then you've got Ron Bass versus Lanny Poffo. Looks like Poffo's going for a drop kick. I've got some Demolition versus the Rougeaus there on the bottom. There's Bam Bam getting his hand raised as the winner. There's Bam Bam right over there in the air. And there's another, it looks like Rougeau match. If you have noticed, everyone here and down here was listed on the card, so I figured that'd be kind of fun. Obviously, I don't have... They didn't make everybody. I have everyone they have listed except for the Ultimate Warrior, but that was an LJN. But I don't... They obviously didn't make everyone. Butch Reed. Why didn't they make Butch Reed? I mean, he wasn't really here that long, but I mean, they made Billy Jack Haynes. They made Outback Jack. Why didn't they make Butch Reed? Okay, let's get into the program. Okay, here we go. Here is the program. And we'll take this out. And then, like always on the inside of the program, I always love this. And they always moved it around. They always moved the people around a little bit. So it was always different. I mean, Hulk Hogan was always in the middle, but everyone else was always moved. Then you go, read it. Just Say No to Drugs. See, I got it January 3rd, 1988, Nassau Coliseum. In fact, when we get into the WWF magazines that I bought as a kid, because a lot of the ones we're on now are ones I've gotten later. Because I hadn't started buying them till late 87. But once I started buying them, I used to write the day, and usually the store I bought them in for the first 6 months or so, because then by that time I got a subscription, and I still wrote the date that they came in the mail, but I didn't write where I got them from, because I got them from my mailbox. Or I actually used to get them a day before. My dad worked at the post office in our town, and so they always came on a Tuesday. So on Monday when he was leaving, he would see the stack of mail to go out, and those came out. So he'd find the one addressed to me, and he would take it home. I don't think, I'm sure that's legal, right? But what that enabled me to do was then I got it Monday. I went into school on Tuesday with the new magazine when all the other kids who got magazine had to wait till they got home. So having a dad who worked at the local post office was pretty good. Anyway, so there you go. That's that. Greg the Hammer Valentine. There's numbers here, and I wrote number 1. I don't know what it is, whether I was ranking the article or the person it was about or what it was. Go. Here's the little order for the envelope if you were ordering anything. George the Animal Steel Coliseum video. Matilda dog napped. I mean, that's your cover story right there. Matilda missing. We all know the Islanders took her, right? The Ultimate Warrior. He thrives on combat. Get all the WWF news. Subscribe now and save up to 42%. And of course here is the merchandise catalog. which is in and of itself a treat to look through. Collection. And if here you see Ken Patera and Billy Jack Haynes tag team. I don't think they ever tag team, so maybe I made them a tag team in my LJN Federation. Not entirely sure. As you can see, I wrote have under there for these, where am I? Right here. These two, it says have with the arrows, because I had these two posters. Macho Man and Billy Jack Haynes. I had those two posters. Latest editions. And here's the order form. And here is what I wanted to show. If we can zoom in there. It said, went to. So it made me start thinking, did I go to an event where that was the program before this one? And so I figured it out. It most likely would have been Nassau Coliseum. And so I went online and I started looking through events. Say, this is issue 154 and it was in January. And that's what issue 151. So I was looking at, say, this is so I was looking at like November. And then all of a sudden that sort of rang a bell. And I thought, you know what? November 87. I feel like maybe I did go to an event and I didn't get the program. So I started looking and I looked online and I found the event at the Nassau Coliseum, and it was Hulk Hogan versus One Man Gang. And it started to, and Gang beat Hogan by countout or disqualification, something like that. And it all kind of started ringing a bell. So I can't say for sure, but I do feel actually November of 87 at the Nassau Coliseum was my first event. I mean, we are talking 35 years ago. So I think November of 87 was my first event. But this is the first one that I got a program to. And this is the first one that I've got the sheet. And the first one that I've got pictures from. So that's maybe why in my head it was my first one. But I really think I might have gone to that November 87. Because I remember Hogan versus Gang. And plus, I mean, right in here, I wrote right there, where is it? Went to. And then, of course, I also circled whichever magazines I had. So, I guess that's it. Alright, moving along. We have the Bolsheviks. And you've got this right here. Hulk-size your room. The Hulk Hogan light switch. I've got one. I don't know where I got it. If it was actually in stores. Or we ordered it at some point. But I got one when I was a kid. And it was in my bedroom. On my bedroom light switch. And right now, this very moment, in my house, as a grown-up, as an adult that my wife and I own and have our kids in, this very Hulk Hogan light switch that I grew up with in my room, I took it with me. Oh yeah, I took it with me. It didn't stay when my parents sold the house when I was in my 20s and moved to Florida. No. In fact, I probably took it with me when I moved out and brought it along. I don't remember ever putting it up anywhere until we got here. And we were unpacking, and I looked at my wife when I saw it, and I said, Stevie's room. That's my son. And she just looked at me and looked at it and went, oh yeah. So that is currently in my son's room as his light switch. Okay. Now, we've got Ted DiBiase. Cash for the title. I mean, we're talking a month or so away from the main event where he tries to buy the title. And, of course, right here, the Superstars. Superstars 2, because it says Superstars 1 is sold out. Coming soon to your newsstand. Superstars 2. And Race for the belts. Let's get that out of the way. Race for the belts. Got all the major titles and or all the titles, and who's been the top 2 contenders for. And then of course the ice cream bars in the back. You can see this was This was probably on the bottom of my magazine pile for a long time, and it just got worn down. So that's the program. Here is the sheet again. I showed you the pictures. I showed you the hat. And I went over my memories of that. So this was either my first or my second event. I am now starting to think it was my second event. But either way, I was there. The Nassau Coliseum, January 3rd, 1988 for the Bunkhouse Brawl. Plus other great matches. That's what it says. Alright. One of these days we'll do the next event, or at least the next event I have a program at. And we're going to do that show, I was there, sort of intersperse. Maybe next week we'll do the next one. Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait a few weeks and do it, and just sort of drop them in here or there. But that is it for this week. Again, Federation Nation Facebook group. Just search Federation Nation WWF. It'll get you there quicker because there's other things that come up when you search Federation Nation. Obviously, Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page to like. And of course, here on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And because I love the comments and I want to share all this stuff with other like-minded classic vintage WWF fans. So again, that's it for this week. Until next week, have a good one.